Another day, another Mortal Kombat Uno video. Hey, what's up? Your boy Dynasty back again with another Mortal Kombat 1 video because most of you guys did see that the official Mortal Kombat website was updated a few nights ago, giving us a first glimpse at the character bios and origin stories for all the confirmed characters on the roster. Now, crazily enough, a few of these bios, in particular for both Mileena and Kitana, are different and mention Sindel and King Jerrod in other languages that aren't in English. Gotta talk about that. Also, the man, the myth, the legend, the co-creator of Mortal Kombat, Ed Boon, took to Twitter just a few days ago and might have just teased that, well, we'll be getting a certain cybernetic ninja catch-up Sektor as a cameo fighter? Or is this just a Predator tease? So before we break all this stuff down, if you guys just take 1 second and drop a like on the video again, thank you for all the recent love and support on the MK1 content from the bottom of my heart. You guys are the best. I love you. Thank you for everything. With that said, let's break this stuff down and, well, let's get into it. So first things first, what the heck is going on in other languages when it comes to the Mortal Kombat 1 official website? So apparently it's not even just one language, it's a bunch of other regions like in Germany, in Brazil, I believe a couple others. There's like altered versions of character bios for both Kitana and Mileena. Like I mentioned, they do mention Sindel and King Jerrod, and at this point in time, this is like the only time we've seen the mention of King Jerrod, and the second time we've seen Sindel mentioned. However, I guess officially we've never really even seen her outside of the supposed leaked cameo fighter trailer in the background, so we still haven't even got official confirmation she will be in the game. But I mean, she's sitting on the throne in the background and she's mentioned in the character bios here, so some more confirmation that Sindel is coming. But regardless, when he translates the Kitana bio from the other regions that the Mortal Kombat website does exist in, it says this right here: as the second-born daughter of Sindel and Jerrod, Kitana has only one goal: to protect her older sister, Mileena, and help her prepare one day to rule the outside world. The level-headed Kitana ignores calls from those who argue that she should replace her impulsive sister as heir. Instead, Kitana defends the realm to make Mileena the best empress she can be. She also struggles to guard the dark secret that may end her sister's reign before it begins. So there you go. Boom. A Sindel and King Jerrod name drop. Now when it comes to Mileena's bio, it says this right here: born only seconds earlier than her twin sister, Mileena is the rightful heir to the throne of Outworld. Despite this, there are those who distrust Mileena's impulsiveness. They whisper that Kitana is more stable and should replace Mileena as Sindel's heir. That's kind of interesting because that implies that King Jerrod is going to die in this timeline. Again. Seems like it's not going to be Shao Kahn, though. The bottom half of the character bio for Mileena in this language says, Mileena, fighting for her inheritance, has a terrible secret. She is infected with the terrifying and deadly disease Tarkat. If her affliction were discovered, Mileena would be forced to fight to keep her throne. So the big takeaway from this is, again, Jerrod does exist in this universe, and it seems like he dies, but it's not at the hands of Shao Kahn doing some invasion, because you guys, they know, according to the alleged and rumored and all but confirmed leaks, Shao Kahn will be a general and not be dubbed Shao Kahn. He will be dubbed General Shao. And it seems like General Shao is going to be the general of the Outworld army under the likes of Sindel and Jerrod, and ultimately, eventually, either Mileena and Kitana. So somehow, some way, Jerrod dies. Sindel is now ruling Outworld. No telling if Sindel ends up dying, or if she's just getting old, or she gets also infected with the Tarkat disease, and that's why the next heir for the throne is an important thing, which is why, you know, Mileena being next in command is a big deal until she gets sick, and then shit hits the fan, and then Kitana's like, oh my god, plans are not going as planned. So that's the big takeaway from this, is Jerrod will exist, and he will die again, seemingly not at the hands of Shao Kahn. Does he get the disease? Is it old age? Is Sindel also dying? But regardless, I thought it was really cool to see the slight changes in the name drops of both Sindel and Jerrod, because it just tells us a bit more of the lore that's being reused in this new era for Liu Kang. So Liu Kang can save people and make changes, but King Jerrod is just not one of those. So again, the leaks just seem to be legit. I'm just saying. The interesting thing is, you know, going back to the supposed leaked roster, big spoiler alerts on the screen upcoming in 3, 2, 1, click away. We have like those 2 remaining roster spots that we still don't know who they belong to. There's been some rumblings that maybe one of these spots belongs to the likes of King Jerrod. Now, considering that he's gonna die, it seems probably really early in this game's lore and story. I'd say Jerrod won't be a playable character, but never say never. Crazier things have happened, but regardless, we'll have to just wait and see what happens. So yeah, it is interesting to know that the English Americanized version of the Mortal Kombat website doesn't mention Jerrod or Sindel. They really want to keep that under wraps for some reason, even though it's just like some consistent lore we've had for forever at this point. But thankfully, the other languages and regions still give us a new taste of things to come. Now, making our way to the tweet a couple days ago from the man, myth, legend, co-creator of Mortal Kombat, Ed Boon. Essentially, this is like the last, most recent tease we've gotten from Ed. And it's this right here, a picture of Predator with Ed simply saying, Sektor cameo? Now, again, going back to the supposed and alleged rumored leaked roster, we got 2 spots remaining, and I mentioned in those videos, it is, you know, kind of weird how we don't have any cybernetic ninjas, but again, seems like the cyber initiative for the Lin Kuei probably won't happen, at least at this point in time. Seems like Bihan won't introduce that. Maybe he will at the end of the game, but that's kind of like the community's explanation why we don't have cyber ninjas. So if we don't get to that part in the lore and it doesn't happen, how else do we get a cyber ninja in the game? Well, it would have to be through the cameo fighter system, especially when you take into account that Ed Boon's mentioned time and time again in these various interviews from Summer Game Fest that this will be a novelty thing to bring back fan favorites that have nothing to do with the game's story. So when you piece all that together, this whole Sektor cameo tweet kind of seems like confirmation that Sektor and Cyrax both will probably end up being parts of the cameo roster, which is pretty bittersweet because obviously they had that amazing new design in Mortal Kombat 11 that seemingly went nowhere. And I think we all would rather see the Cyber Ninjas as full-blown characters. But again, in the lore, it just seems like we'll probably not get to that point, unfortunately, currently right now. So yes, this is like your one way to get a Cyber Ninja in Mortal Kombat Uno, and I can already see it happening. I can definitely see the flamethrower, the rockets, the teleport, uppercut. I can see all that just being really easy to implement as a cameo assist thing. And it's so bittersweet because I know a lot of you guys probably want these cybernetic ninjas to be full-fledged characters. Now, obviously, things are always subject to change. We have DLC. They could always be DLC characters like Triborg a couple games ago, but I'm not saying this is probably a big tease and confirmation, but just don't be surprised if either Cyrax and Sektor make it, and they make it as cameo fighters. So, I know, it hurts a lot, but it is what it is. I don't think this is a Predator tease, despite Boon mentioning he wants to see some of these classic DLC guests come back. I honestly do think this is going to be a Sektor tease, so, woo! What do you guys think of that? Anyways, that's all I got for y'all today. King, Jerrod, and Sindel name dropped in other regions and languages off of the official Mortal Kombat 1 bio page, and seemingly Sektor teased as a cameo fighter for MK Uno. That's gonna piss off a lot of you guys. Drop a like if you enjoyed this discussion, this video. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Of course, subscribe to some more MK1 content like this on the channel. Till next time, been your host, been Dynasty. You guys, please take care, stay safe. I love you. Hope you're having a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. And by the way, if you missed me breaking down the character bios, I dropped that yesterday. I have a card on the screen. Go watch that. Love you guys. Have a good one. Peace.
Yeah. 87 on it.